Hey there, everyone. It's your friends from the Prime Real Estate team, Tony, Joe. We've got Sean Farrell as well here to give you the monthly sales stats report for the month of March 2020. Are you going to tell them, Sean?
Take two.
Okay, listen. Let's start with this, everyone. We're working hard. There's long hours. We just finished this monthly sales stats report for you, and guess who forgot to press record?
Yeah,
I
that's
was looking.
okay.
I was looking for the stop button at the end, and it wasn't there. Anyways, this is symptomatic of what's going on right now. We're here to talk to you about what's going on out there. So let's jump right into it, Sean.
It's
Uh,
a busy market, and
uh,
yeah, we're grateful to be busy and to be working hard and helping our clients and to have a job, and we're working hard to get to all the buyers where they need to be and get sellers through their multiple bids. But
we don't even need to show these stats because we just reviewed them, so we know them off the top of our head. Right?
I haven't forgotten them yet.
All right.
But we're through the first quarter of 2021, and but as for March, Tony, take it away.
92.7%. That's how many more sales in March than there were the year before. Now, we talk about the fact that March last year, the pandemic was going on. You just reminded me a moment ago where we were on March 17th, Sean.
Your house.
That's right. We were
And
hanging out on the patio, and that's when we got the news, right?
the government shut down the schools on March 17th. I think there was, and that was the beginning of the end of when we were in lockdown and nothing was happening for a little while there.
Yeah. So the conjecture is that March last year was not necessarily a busy year, but you know what? Let me just show the stats here. Last year we had 608 sales in March. This year 1173. So that's that 92%, pretty well double. But that doesn't mean that last March was dead due to the pandemic, because of course it happened at the last part of the month. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. We had other months that were 570, 575, 483. That was only in 2013. So compared to March 2013, we're pretty well triple the number of sales, with the added fact that we've got no inventory, right?
It may be 93% almost year over year, but because we were just going into lockdown, and that's not a direct comparison. There was a calculation of the 10-year average of the previous 10
Yes.
years for the month of March, and
Yeah.
that number was 715 sales. And so that would mean our 1173 for this March is still 64% above the 10-year running average.
For sure. Well, now that is also 1173 is still everything. That's residential, commercial, right? Let's look at the inventory now, right? So let me just switch back real quick. So 1173, our peak, our highest March ever was 2016 during the crazy time. So that was legit busy market, right?
Right.
So here we are this month. We ended up with 1,310 listings total. Low inventory. We know this because we compare it to that 2016. There was 2,600. So even though our sales numbers were about the same to the last benchmark of busyness, our inventory is half of what it was back then.
Benchmark of busyness. I think we should trademark that.
You like that?
Yeah.
The benchmark of busyness.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good one. That's a good catchphrase.
Here's that chart that is really interesting. So
Still surprises me to see it. I was saying on our last go around, I never noticed, and Tony's telling us that it's never been there before. That
they had to change the scale.
The scale's above 100% now. It was always topped out at 100. So
Yeah.
that's what's happening with the state. That's the new busy benchmark for sure.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, as a reminder, and it says down here on the bottom, buyer's market is when there is 10% sales to active listings ratio, which we haven't been at for about 4 or 5 years now. Close, 1 month, April 2020. But what month was that? COVID time. That was
Yeah.
ground zero COVID, right?
Right.
And of course, from 15 to 20%, that's what we call a balance market. And anything above 25 is a seller's market. Look where we're at right now, 100%, 115%.
Yeah, I think a lot of buyers these days would call a balanced or buyer's market a unicorn is what they what they might be think. But it's just it's happened so quickly, and as you mentioned, Tony, one of the where you and I and everyone else are constantly being asked, when is this going to come to an end? When does it peter out, or even when does it crash? We interest rates, we look at it from the interest rate side. Bank of Canada, as well as actually our friends to the south of the border in the United States and their central bank are both saying that they're willing to let the economy run hot. They feel their goal is the best interest of all concerned is to have full employment, which is that's tough to define. But in other words, interest rates aren't going to go up anytime soon. So by that point, we can't see it. And then we look at supply and demand, and as you've said, the supply is not picking up, and the demand's not going anywhere. With
the shelves are empty.
Yes,
the shelves. The lineup is long at the store, and the shelves are empty. That's what's happening.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and it's going to be like this for a while. And this is bad news for our sellers. This is or for our buyers, for the people that we're helping buy right now. It's going to be tough, guys. It'll be this way for the next little bit. At least the next 4, 5, maybe 6 months. We just got to be on it. We've just got to be, doing what we can to make sure that, we put you in the best position as possible to try to succeed. But, we've heard of people trying 15 times, 20 times until they finally end up getting a house. So we're doing what we can. We're doing what we can.
And they do. And I'll finish that thought off by saying we don't see a crash. There's just not enough. There's not enough supply, and there won't be. It's just really hard to get it up that high. Now there may be some things that happen with more and more vaccine rollouts happening and getting closer to normal. People might start traveling a little bit more and getting back to normal, and that I think prices might level off at that point. But I don't see them correcting anytime soon.
Well, but the other thing though too is even if the pandemic is when it dissipates, so many people have found with this whole notion of working from home, remote work, that people are going to they're moving out of those metropolitan areas anyway. So it's still going to happen for a while. And who wouldn't want to be here in Victoria, of course?
Agreed. And the scientists are also saying that it's looking like we're going to have another round of vaccinations a year from now. I don't know that we're not going to flip the switch and go back to where we were. And we will adjust and adapt. But I think home ownership and being able to work from home as much as possible is going to be a priority for people for at least another year or two, if not longer.
Okay, well, listen, guys. If you want to talk about what's going on, you want to have a chat, we'd love to hear from you. I mean, the day-to-day stuff, it would be nice to hear from you and to have a chat. But we have another plan as well too.
Yeah, in our first go around, I was looking. Tony said, "Yeah, please let us know. Get in touch, or let us know in our."
We want to hear about non-real estate stuff. Just talk to us about
stuff. I want to know where you guys are all eating, because we're in another 3 to 4 week lockdown, and the restaurants can't serve people anymore. The gyms are closed. And we want to support local restaurants, and I have been doing sort of takeout once or twice a week, but I'm going to increase that a little to help support locals. And I'm in a rut. I hit all of my favorites, so I'm looking for new ideas. Downtown, Vic West, where our new office is, but pretty much anywhere in town, because we're always mobile. It's good to know where the good food is. So let us know. Hit us up in our comments, or even call us.
Reach out to us. Yeah, like Sean says, call us, text us, email us. We want to hear from you guys. We would love to hear from you guys and tell us about which restaurants we got to check out, not the usual suspects. So, hey, Sean, this could be it. I wonder if we're going to do a third try in a moment here. I have recorded this time, actually.
Oh, good. Good. Hey, honest mistake. I'm sure I'm going to do it sometime soon, too.
I'm not sure it made us any better this time, but,
well, it's honest mistake. But to answer your question definitively, no, we're not going to do it a third time. We're going to
Okay. Good night, everyone. Happy April Easter weekend as well. And we'll be here for you this time next month.
Happy Easter, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.